Hey guys, welcome back to Hype RC. Today on the channel, we're going to be building the Team Associated DC10 Drift Kit. Now, we've already reviewed the RTR, and this is a good box stock rig to start off with. But now we have to see how good the kit is standing next to this one. So we've got the electronics package on the bench. We're going to see exactly what we're going to put in this rig, and then we're going to go get some doors at the local track, Zero Traction. Stick around and check it out. So let's go ahead and take a look at all the components we're going to use to finish off our Team Associated DC10 drift car. So we have the Hobbywing combo over here. This is the D10 10.5 brushless censored motor. And then we have the XD10 Pro, which is a 100 amp ESC, lots of programmability. Again, a censored system specifically designed for drift cars. And then we have the YOKOMO V4 Gyro, and then the SPO 3D V2 programmable brushless servo. I really like this. I have this in my YOKOMO as well. And then we have the 1-up 5mm bullets to go ahead and install this so it can plug directly into the battery. We have our scale reflex magnetic system to mount the body up with, a couple Lab 6 spokes white rims that we're going to mount the YOKOMO tires specifically designed for our P-tile track. And then we have the Bingo Wasp chassis. I got this one in the blue. This is going to look absolutely amazing. Really set this build off. And then I 3D printed this custom piece that eliminates a couple of the braces in the front of the chassis to be able to give that some more flex. So I'm going to go ahead and get this whole thing built up, and then we'll take an up-close look at the rig. All right, now that we got the car completely built, let's go ahead and take an up-close look at it. So first, we're going to start off with the Killerbody RC F in bright orange. This body is absolutely awesome. Now, this is a pre-painted body. I didn't do this myself, but this was on sale for like $45, and it looks absolutely killer. Tons of scale details on this. Mirrors, exhaust, very sharp looking. Let's go ahead and take a look underneath the hood. So this kit did go together fairly easy, but my first suggestion is if you've never put a kit together and you buy this one, make sure you get your instructions off the Team Associated website. The ones that come with this that are on paper are outdated. They leave out some pretty big details in that. The biggest one I found is they forgot to tell you to put the sun gears in the rear diff, and if you don't know to do that and you've never built a kit before, that's going to cause you a major headache. The first thing I'd like to talk about are the all aluminum Team Associated shocks. These are extremely nice. They come with different sets of springs, so you can set the spring rates on this. Now, everything on this is set to factory settings. The camber, the toe, the spring rate, everything is what they suggested. We'll tune the car in later, but I want to run this with the settings that they suggest. We do have some nice aluminum bits in the steering knuckle and the front steering rack as well. Now, this Bingo Wasp chassis is absolutely killer. Looks fantastic in blue. It does come with both the upper plates, so you can go ahead with the low motor mount or the upper motor mount. I went with the upper motor mount because it moves more weight to the rear and it allows you to move the battery further back, so we get a lot more weight towards the rear of this vehicle. And you also don't have to put these mounts in the front here that really stiffen up the chassis. Now, the Hobbywing system is very nice. I mounted the ESC in the rear. This is my favorite go-to in my drift cars, and it is fantastic. It is a little pricey, but it has all the tuning capabilities that you could ask for in a drift car. Now, we did go with these 1-up 5mm bullets. These are fantastic. These make it very easy to get them in and out of your battery. Then the YOKOMO electronics are fantastic. The V4 Gyro is my personal favorite, and the SPO 3D V2 aluminum case servo is fantastic. All in all, this build has come out very well. My soldering skills and wiring skills are definitely taking it up a notch now that this is my third build with this type of car. So let's go ahead and get this rig out and get some doors. So let's go ahead and do a side-by-side comparison of both the DC10 RTR and the Builder's Kit. So the advantage to the RTR is it does come with the body, wheels, and tires directly out of the box. In the Builder's Kit, you do not get a body or wheels or tires, but there's a slight disadvantage and advantage to both of these, and you'll have to make up your mind which one is best for you. The advantage is that you go ahead and get that stuff out of the package, but I run on P tiles. You have to run a specific tire on P tiles, so I had to go ahead and buy tires and put them on here anyways, as where I knew that I didn't have wheels and tires here, and that was something I didn't have to pay for and then go ahead and put on and take something else off. So I think there's a little bit of advantage to the Builder's Kit with that. Now, if you don't like painting and doing stickers and building bodies, the RTR is definitely a great way to go for you, but scale, detail, and realism is a big thing in drift cars. So you can see we have active light buckets, turn signals, mirrors, door handles, all of the scale details on this body, and you get to choose this body, as where the RTR right now only comes with one body, and it is this blue unicorn style body, which I personally like, but I absolutely hate body posts and body pins, as where I have the magnet mounts over here, which is a huge advantage because every time you want to mess with this car, you got to fight these body clips off, and these are actually fantastic body clips, but when you really have to get underneath the hood, it is a pain in the butt to take all 4 of them. So I'm going to have to say that the advantage here is going to depend on what you are looking for. Me personally, the Builder's Kit, the choice of the body, and the magnet mounts really point me towards the Builder's Kit right off the bat. So let's go ahead and take a look underneath the hood on both these cars. So let's go ahead and start off by talking about the things that these two cars have in common. One of the best things about the RTR is it does come with all adjustable links in it, so you can go ahead and set the camber and the toe everywhere on this vehicle, just like in the Builder's Kit, but you do get some very nice aluminum bits in the kit when it comes to the suspension. And then that takes us to all of the aluminum that comes in the Builder's Kit. The aluminum shocks is absolutely the hugest advantage for the Builder's Kit versus the RTR with the plastic shocks, and the fact that you get a carbon chassis with this. Now, I know that I switched chassis out on this with the Wasp chassis, but it does come with the carbon chassis out of the factory, which I could have used on this, but I chose to upgrade this right now so that I don't have to go ahead and take it all apart and do that again later. Now, the other advantage to the Builder's Kit is you do get to choose the electronics on your Builder's Kit, and this one comes with all the electronics on it, and you're going to save dollars by buying an RTR and not having to go out and buy all the electronics for this, including the gyro and the servo as well. They come already on the RTR, but these are underpowered, and the gyro and the servo are definitely not as good as what I have here on a Builder's Kit. But the cost value, you're going to spend a lot more money on the Builder's Kit than you are on the RTR. Now, we have carbon fiber shock towers on the front and rear of the Builder's Kit, as where these are also the plastic, just like the chassis, on the front and rear as well. With the Builder's Kit, you also get the choice of doing a high or low motor mount, as where the RTR does not come with the equipment to go ahead and put the motor into the upper position, and so it moves the battery forward, so you've got more weight towards the center of the vehicle, as where the Builder's Kit, you get that choice. I have the battery further back and the motor up high, which allows you to go ahead and be able to have more weight towards the rear of the vehicle. And then all the other aluminum bits. So we've got aluminum bits on the steering knuckles and on the rear of the vehicle as well. Now, the motor mount is aluminum on both vehicles. I like the fact that they did keep the aluminum motor mount on the RTR to go ahead and stiffen that up. Now, the RPMs that I get on this are much better. This has a very low RPM style motor, and this is going to need some more juice to go ahead and be able to really bring the rear end around, as where I can kick the rear end around with the Hobbywing system on this with just a simple blip on the trigger, and I will pull the rear end around. Also, the tunability of the electronics on this is much better than the tunability of the electronics on this. So this is going to be more for an entry-level person, more low dollar than what you really are going to spend on the Builder's Kit. Also, this comes with a lock diff, as we're with it. This comes with the open diff in the rear, and an absolutely huge difference. This car drives a lot better than the RTR, but also I have a lot more money in this car than I do the RTR. So if you're just getting into the hobby, I highly suggest the RTR to see if this is something for you and if you really like it. And you can go ahead and upgrade this along the way with the chassis and the electronics and all the other goodies that I have on the Builder's Kit. In the long run, it will cost you more money to build this up because you've already paid for the car and all these electronics than to get it to this stage. So if you know that you're going to go ahead and do that right off the bat, you're going to buy the upgrade, you're going to buy the motor, go ahead and buy the Builder's Builder's kit and build the car from scratch yourself and be able to put in all the electronics and the things that you want. But that being said, both of these cars are absolutely fantastic. This drives very, very well for an RTR, and this drives absolutely fantastic for a comp rig. I cannot believe the performance that I'm getting out of this. This is Team Associated's first drift car, and this thing was keeping up with my YOKOMO, so I'm extremely impressed with this. So let's go ahead and get back to the final review on this car. All right, guys, so what are my final thoughts on the Team Associated DC10? I think both of these cars are great. So I am not sponsored by Team Associated in any way. I paid for both of these cars. All the electronics, everything on the table in front of me has come out of my pocket, and this is my unbiased opinion on these cars. If you're just getting into drift or RC in general, I definitely recommend the RTR. Wheel time is extremely important in drifting. It is a very difficult thing to learn, and the sooner you can get on the track and start getting doors, the better off you are, and the RTR is a great place to start. But if you're a guy like me, you've already got a few cars, you want to build a new comp car, I can definitely recommend the DC10 Builder's Kit. This car gets around the track just as well as my YOKOMO. I have a video on that you can check out as well, but I am extremely impressed with Team Associated's first attempt at a drift car. All the aluminum bits. Now, this is not completely stock. I do have the Bingo Wasp chassis on there. I have driven a completely stock DC10 Builder's Kit. It performs very well. I do think the Bingo chassis gives you more flex and definitely increases the performance on the car as well. The Hobbywing electronics are some of my absolute favorite. Same with the YOKOMO, Gyro, and Servo I have on here. So that Servo is programmable. The ESC is programmable. You have a lot of tunability on this vehicle. You can also tune in the camber and the toe on both of these. So they are really good cars, and I highly recommend for comp, the Builder's Kit, for guys that are just getting into it, the RTR. All in all, I think these are fantastic either way you look at it. So don't forget to support your local hobby shops. Bash, crawl, drift, race, repeat. Hit that subscribe and like button for me and ring the bell so you can catch my next video. We'll see you next time.